And now, please welcome Cardinal Vocal Jazz under the direction of Max Mendez.
Your kicks on route 2,000 miles along its way. Get your kicks on Route 66. So you go to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, blues, mighty, mighty, mighty great. See Amarillo. Gallup, 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 New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona. Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Hip, to this tiny dip. When you're taking California. Get your kicks on Route 66. Go to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, blues, mighty, mighty, mighty great. See Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino.
Good evening and welcome to our Swingin' Farewell. We all know why we're here. We're here to thank Terry for all the great work that he's done throughout his 30 plus years here at the college. We're just warming you up for the big show, right? You just heard Blues Walk, a Clifford Brown tune arranged by my colleague over at Spokane Falls Community College, Nathan Lansing. It featured pretty much everyone and Josh over here on piano, so let's give them another hand. And then we follow that up with the very well-known Route 66, arranged by Quinn von Papagam from the Boise area. We're going to continue on. We're going to do well, some of this music's contemporary. Some of it was contemporary when I was a kid, but it's not contemporary anymore. But this one, as of late, this is an arrangement by Carrie Marsh of Ben Folds' The Luckiest.
Where was I before the day that I first saw your lovely face? Now I see it every day, and I know that I am the luckiest. What if I'd been born 60 years before you in a house on the street where you live? Maybe I'd be outside as you passed on your bike. Would I in a wide sea of eyes, I'd see one pair that I'd recognize. I know that the luckiest. I love you more than I have ever found a way to say to you. Next door, there's an old man who lived to his 90s and one day passed away in his sleep. And his wife, she stayed for a couple of days and passed away. I'm sorry, I know that's a strange way to tell you that I know we I know that the luckiest.
We've had a great year. Yeah, a lot of fun this year. And one of the fun things that we discovered, well, we always knew this, but our pianist Josh, back behind me, is not only a fabulous piano player, but just a really talented arranger and musical mind. And so, if you spend any time around Josh, you know his probably top 3 album of all time is the Asia album by Steely Dan. And so, top 3? Okay, all right, top 3. He says top 3. I took a guess there. But this is a fabulous arrangement he wrote of Steely Dan's Asia. It features Patty as one of our soloists, and Sam Rainey over here as on the saxophone. So we hope you enjoy.
People never stay, they just don't care. Chinese music under banyan trees, here at the Dude Ranch, above the sea. Asia, when all my night dancing is through, I run to you. Up on the hill, they've got time to run. There's no Come on, feelings in the sky tonight. Throw out the hardware, let's do it right. Asia, when all my time dancing is through, I turn to you.
really important part of our ensemble is our rhythm section. So Michael Tucker on drums, John Schnell on bass, and as I said before, Josh Day on piano. You know, in music, we're always celebrating an emerging artist or celebrating someone we lose. And this year, in the world of vocal jazz and jazz singers, we lost a biggie, and that was Al Jarreau. I don't know about you, but in my love of jazz, he was a big influence on the things I listened to, from his moonlighting theme, if you remember the show Moonlighting, when he sang that, to some of his early mid-late 60s things where he sang some straight-ahead jazz and just had some unbelievable scat solos. Probably his biggest hit was an R&B kind of funky tune called Mornin'. And so we'd like to just in tribute to that great Al Jarreau, this is Mornin'. reason we're here is to celebrate the great accomplishments and the great things that Terry Jones has provided for us in our community. It pleases me. I don't know, is Terry back there? Can he come out? Huh. He doesn't know I'm asking him to do this. Where's Terry? All right, oh, here he is. Okay, good. All right, good. Terry's commitment to music education and student learning in excellence. Terry's commitment to music education and student learning in excellence is a model for all instructors here at NIC. Terry has served as director of bands at North Idaho College for over 30 years. In that time, he has impacted thousands of students, many of whom have continued as lifelong musicians. Additionally, he has taught at Coeur d'Alene Charter Academy and Sorensen Magnet School of Arts and Humanities, among others. He's taught at every grade level, including higher education. His reputation as a nurturing, supportive, and quality educator is known throughout the entire Northwest region, if not the entire country. Terry's experience with all ages of musicians touches our entire music community. He also works tirelessly to support our local music educators. Through NIC's Gathering of the Bands and Jazznic, Terry provides middle school and high school students an opportunity to not only play on the Schuler Performing Arts stage, but to have access to some of the most talented music educators and performers in the Northwest. On average, over 12,000 students come annually to the NIC campus for these events. Over the past decade, Terry has also worked on a state level by coordinating with the Idaho Music Educators Association to host the All-State Honor Band and Honor Choir on the NIC campus when held in Coeur d'Alene. This brings our state's brightest and most talented musicians to our area. It is a great honor that I am able to announce today that there is through the foundation and the NIC Music Department, there is an emerging scholarship known now as the Terry M. L. Jones Performance Scholarship here at North Idaho College. We are proud to have educators like Terry Jones amongst us at the college. We are the front porch of the college. And what better host to be on our front porch than Terry Jones for the last 30 years. I believe this information is also in your program notes, but also on the board. If you are interested in contributing to this scholarship, we ask that you contact either through the website or through the North Idaho College Foundation and offer anything that you can. It's a tax-deductible donation, and so you would reap the benefits of that. What this scholarship will do will provide scholarship funding for student performers here on the NIC campus, no matter what their major is, what their course of study, who want to continue as lifelong musicians in this community, as well as where they end up in their life. That is the goal of community college, to create lifelong learners, and from a music department standpoint, to create lifelong musicians and music makers. So we hope and we thank you for your generosity in advance to endow this scholarship, and so it will fund in perpetuity to deserving students as we continue teaching music and impacting students and communities' lives. So thank you. Don't leave yet, Terry. So you have to know that when it comes to the concerts, vocal jazz has their side of the room, the band has their side of the room. But many of you don't know that I have been so grateful for the last 12, 13 years that I've been here, that every tour, almost every tour that I've taken my choirs on, Terry has been my sidekick, my comic relief, our Uncle Buck, all these great things. And so it's been my pleasure to be able to, and we have a bet. Whoever says the most words has to buy the beer afterwards. I'm going to buy beer probably for the next 10 years now. So, but I have to say that it has been one of the great pleasures and one of the great collegial relationships that I've had in my entire career as a musician, to be alongside and have an office right next to Terry Jones. I'm going to miss him greatly. I was trying to figure out what appropriate song that I would have the vocal jazz perform, and Hit the Road Jack just didn't seem right. So we hope you enjoy, Terry, this heartfelt song from the vocal jazz group to you. Thank you.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through, all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees are wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is through, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing
We'd like to end with one more tune. This is called Blues for Elise. If you are all familiar with the piano works of Ludwig von Beethoven, this is a play of blues, a minor blues, based off of the Fugue de Nice. Take it away, Josh, when you're ready.
welcome the North Idaho College Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Terry Jones.
said, I'm not going to say too many words. I want to make sure I get that beer later. So, and some of you were thinking, that didn't sound like too much like Ellington to me. No, you're right, it wasn't. We switched it up, and it's because it's an even day of the week. It's the second, so we have to, we have to put Basie first, because if it was an odd day, then we would have to put Ellington first. They're pretty much interchangeable in a lot of ways. Great stuff. Again, as the program says, for my last concert, one really can't avoid playing Basie and Ellington one more time. Hopefully we'll have more of that. We're going to change things up a little bit. This next tune is a fairly recent composition called Spring Wind, and I think you'll get a chance to hear all sorts of the guys give some input to what they have to say. So, Spring Wind. tune, we heard David Cooper doing some trumpet work. And our own local bassy, Doug Wood on piano. On this last tune, we got Tim Sanford on trombone. Ryan Crandall on bass. Gary Plant on alto. And some guy we pulled off the streets. I think he works at the resort because of the high water pants. I'm not quite sure. Superman, oh, he says Superman socks. I just think he comes from the resort because they all wear them. Anyhow, Andy Bennett on drums. And that last tune again was, one of the challenges, I guess, for me, as this group developed over time, is coming up with a repertoire and pieces to play that these guys weren't doing all the time. I think we probably have represented 3 or 4 other big bands in town, which are great. We're really fortunate. I mean, in the summer you can hear a big band almost any weekend. All you have to do is look. And so the Spring Wind piece kind of represents some of that stuff that I kind of push these guys to do once in a while, which I don't know if it's foolishness on their part, but certainly to my gain, that we can try these pieces and they go, oh sure, we'll try that thing that sounds a little strange. Sometimes we've pushed over the edge a little strange, but that's okay. We're gonna do another piece that's, and I guess if you read the program, a lot of what we're playing tonight has some sort of connection with my past. This particular piece was on a performance that I heard right at the end of my high school years. My high school band director thought that playing jazz band music involved covers of pop tunes. Yeah, so I have an excuse for the way I am, just so you know. And I remember going and seeing the Kenton Band, and it was just something completely new to me. And they happened to have played this piece. And I think that, a lot of people, I guess I've heard the argument that say that, Kenton really doesn't have a place in history of jazz, that he kind of distorted it. Well, Kenton certainly took the jazz band off the dance floor and put it in the concert hall. But he also, through the 60s and 70s and into the 80s, played a lot of concerts all over the planet. And then they would always do clinics. And I'm sure some of these guys have been in a Kenton clinic. And I remember, when I heard this band making the mistake of sitting in the front row of the clinic, and then they kind of played this section thing that was kind of okay. And then they said, well, this is what it's like to sound like a section. And it literally took me to the back of the chair. Not an easy task. So in thanks to Kenton and all his guys who've spent endless hours on the road, keeping, in essence, I think, keeping jazz alive through the 60s and 70s, we're going to do Decoupage. that trumpet. You know, one of the added bonuses, I guess, of being around a considerable amount of time is, I think the first time I met Joel was when Tim moved back here to teach at Post Falls. He was what, 3 or 4? And, you know, to watch guys grow up and come back and be a part of this has just been killer fun. And I pick on Tim. You know, Tim and I have worked together for a long time. I'm still waiting for that paycheck for keeping his job alive, waiting for him. The first year that Lake City High School was in existence, their choice of a band director was maybe not the best. And he ended up taking off in March, so I took over the job until we convinced them to hire Tim for the next year. And so we've been, you know, good colleagues and friends for a long time. It's been great to watch not only his son grow up and play in this band, but, you know, it's interesting now for quite a few years, Russell and Jess have sat next to Tim, and they're students of his. And I don't know too many things that people can do where we cut across, this is going to make you sound old, Tim, but that's okay. You're closer to retirement. Where we can cross these kind of generations and still make music together. And I know it's got to be great for these guys and for Joel to be able to have a chance to play with his dad and do that. So that was Joel Sanford on that. And, you know, one of the things that I always forget to mention, and it's certainly encouraged it, you know, if you feel like dancing, now that we're past the piece that was in 5, which would have been a little difficult to dance to, but, you know, I'm sure there's some of you in the audience who probably could have done just fine with that piece. Feel free to do that. You know, the aisles are open. So now we're going to do the Ellington tribute. This is just a piece that's just a lot of fun. This is Rock and Rhythm. So I just have to point out that in true teacher fashion, Tim plays his solo. Russell gets a chance to talk back to him, which is great because in this city that works better in this classroom. But in true teacher fashion, what do we get? Tim trying to interrupt that. No, wait a minute. And you needed help. Just that helpful teacher. All right, so we're coming to the point of the night. We might need a couple more music stands if we've got them, maybe? Okay, cool. We've got one. Oh, they're hiding. We've got two. Which reminds me, one of the things, and you can stay and you can take that. See, this is why they put you on stage tonight. So you can stand here. You know, one of the ultimate pleasures of doing this job is that I don't have to move equipment at all. I just say, hey, I would like this, and you guys could do this, and you guys can change the weather and do this and do this. And our stage crew, which, you know, if you were to walk back that way, you would see their calendar, which is just, it's got 3 or 4 or 5 colors on it now because they have to keep things straight because it's so busy. Could you help me in thanking our tremendous stage guys for what they do? All right, a couple of wonderful things happened with this next piece. First off, I get to invite a couple of my friends to come out and help us with it. Come on down. Yeah, they're just hanging out with me. Gary, Andrew. Some of you might recognize Gary. We were talking about how, well, Gary has been part of the Jazz Festival here, the Jazznick Festival, for I don't know how many years, 20 maybe. And how bizarre it is to have him here without his twin brother. And just so you know, this could in fact be Al. Just so you know, could in fact be Al. There you go. And Dan Buckfish, they come up and work that festival every year. And I'm just really pleased when I knew this was going to do this last concert. And if, again, if you read the program notes, I won't go into it, but these next couple of pieces in this medley mean a lot to me. I thought, what a perfect guy to do both the flugelhorn part and do some of the singing, and I wanted to bring Gary back up and do that since we've known each other since college, and it's been great. So, thank you, sir. And then, thank you. Helping us out here doing some of the other is one of my colleagues here at North Idaho College, and Max talks about how the music department we have. A lot of times when you put programs together, you list, let them list accomplishments, and I just didn't want to kill half a forest to put what she's been doing. I mean, every time you turn around, she's in a play here, and she's doing this here, and she's got this gig here, and on top of all that, she's just an amazing voice teacher. Would you please welcome to the stage, Mrs. Andrea Olson. I'm going to do this now. Usually it's done at the end, but I could forget about it at the end. Also, another one of my colleagues, when I was a grad student at Eastern, what's a polite way to put the band director they hired wasn't any good. Anyhow, they had some trouble. So I was a graduate assistant, and the gentleman who arranged this next piece was also a graduate assistant. So we shared a lot of duties because of that. So if I could have a little bit of house light, is that possible, Tyler? Jack, where are you? Can we give a big, Jack Ballard here from the Midwest. Like I said, I probably should have done that after the tune, but anyhow, here's some, if you get a chance, read the lyrics. I just can't state why I teach more than what the first tune does. The second tune's a nice, cute little story, and the last tune is, my life is the land of make-believe. So, all right, here's a little bit of Mangione.
This first opening number is actually based on a book written by an American anthropologist. His name is Oscar Lewis. He wrote it in the 60s, and it's based on a family that lives in Mexico City. The father, Jesus Sanchez, and his 4 sons, and they essentially live in the slums and in complete poverty, and it's kind of an account of their lives. And this book was turned into a movie, starred Anthony Quinn. And so Chuck Mangione was asked to write the soundtrack to the movie. And so this is the title piece. I just thought I'd set that up. No lampshades, no triangles, no small drum sets. I'm sorry tonight, everybody. Come on up after the show, I'll tap dance for you or something. That's tap dance, not lap dance, okay? Children of Sanchez. Doug? Without dreams of hope and pride, a man will die. Though his flesh still moves, his heart sleeps in the grave. Take the food from hungry children, and they won't cry. Food alone won't ease the hunger in their eyes. Every child belongs to mankind's family. Children of the fruit of all humanity. Let them feel the love of all the human race, and touch them with the warmth, the strength of that embrace. Give me love and understanding, and I will thrive as my children grow. My dreams will come alive, and those who hear the cries of children, God will bless, and I will always hear the children of Sanchez.
Allison. Jeremy Williams. Jack Ballard. Okay, one more time. Anthony, Jeremy, are you still there? Jeremy. Come on, one more time. There we go. Andrew Olson. Jeremy Williams. And then I knew.
I got to know Terry 28 years ago. Came to Post Falls. I was a young guy, about 26 years old. Terry's about 70. Very quickly got to know what kind of a man Terry was. As a leader to music teachers, I'm representing the Region 1 music teachers. I'm the president. Matt here is past president of the state as well. We'd like to just take a moment and make you aware of what Terry has meant to us. He's been an advocate for music education in our public schools like no other. When things got rough, Terry from this stage would put it on the line and tell you about what we all needed to do to keep that alive. He's advised us, he's encouraged us, he's given us a swift kick in the butt when we needed it. He's put on great festivals like Gathering of Bands and Jazz Festival. He's loaned us music from time to time and he even gave it back sometimes. But through it all, Terry has always been an advocate, a mentor, a friend, and a brother. And we want to thank him for that.
I'd also like, just Tim summed it really well, but I also like to represent the band here too. This is a true community college band, and provide an opportunity for all of us to perform here. We thank you, Terry. There's not many, like you said, there's not many places where sons can play with their fathers and continue what they love. And thank you for providing that for us. Thank you for providing the friendship. This college is going to be the same without you here. I know you're not leaving us. I know our friendships are going to stay solid. Terry's all about relationships. That's why all of us are playing this group. It's the music, but it's also the relationships that Terry's built with us. He's friends with our families. Always asks about our kids, and it's more than just the music. It's about relationships. And we thank you, Terry. So on behalf of the Idaho Region 1 music educators, in deep appreciation for your unfailing support of the public music education given to you this day, May 2nd, 2017. Thank you, Terry.